welcome to this week's Monday Wrap. I'm Casey Healy, Director here at Century 21, and as always, Nicole joins me. Morning, Nick.
Morning.
What's happening?
This week I'm getting started straight in with some tips.
Take over.
I know we have some numbers, but I was doing a little bit of reading myself and I thought that it was really important to share some tips that I read this morning.
Sounds good.
So I've got 8 tips for our investors or upcoming investors who are looking for property. So obviously the first one is choosing the right property at the right price. Now, we all know that the market is a little bit crazy at the moment and the prices are quite high, but it's still really important that you're looking for the budget and the property that is suitable for your needs. The next one is do your sums. So cash flow is key. It's really important as an investor to ensure during a tenancy there is going to be some vacancy period during the 12-month period that you also need to budget for. So it's really important for an investor to factor that little bit of downtime in the property.
So even vacancy and even maintenance and repairs and maintenance. So it's always, I say, have a good month's mortgage buffer in your offset account just to ensure that it is cash flow, like it's smooth cash flow. You understand what's happening, what's coming in and out, and you're ready for maybe some unexpected.
Yeah, absolutely. The next one is understanding the market and the dynamics of the markets, and that's what we're here for. So reach out to us. We're here to do those rental appraisals, but also to let you know and keep you updated with what's happening in the current market. Each week we go through our numbers to keep you updated, but we're here to have a chat with you. Picking the right mortgage that suits you. It is so key that you get some expert advice, so talk to the professionals to make sure that they set you up with the right mortgage, you know, what's suitable with you as an individual.
Yeah, Nick Ball can help you with that. He's our mortgage broker specialist that works with our agency. So it may be just that you want an interest-only loan for the first few years, or if you are a little bit more cash flow like positive and it's okay for you to top up if needed, then look at your principal and interest, which will obviously minimise. It'll pay the loan off quicker.
Definitely. And what about using the equity from another property? We've spoken about this a few times over the last few weeks, but whether this be your first investment property, you might have some equity in your own home that you can use. And making the property attractive for tenants. It's important to understand that tenants are going to look after the property the way it's actually presented. So you have the ongoing maintenance. We want to make sure it's got a freshen up paint painted if it's required, you know, some new carpet if it needs it, and it makes a world of difference.
I'm a big believer the way you present the property is definitely the way the tenants treated it. Myself, we've just bought an investment property and I've spent all weekend restaining decks and trimming trees and making sure the lawns and the gardens are easy to maintain for tenants, because that's going to attract a better tenant for me, a longer term tenant that's going to look after the property better.
Absolutely. And taking a long-term view and managing your risks. So it's not, a lot of people go into investing, you know, with the potential of the growth of the property. So it's not a get rich quick scheme.
No,
it's going to be long term that you need to think about.
And I think also on that point is just understanding your investment strategy. Are you looking for something that's going to have good capital growth over a longer period, or are you looking for more of a cash cow type of investment that's going to be a little bit, it won't have as much growth, but the rental income will be a bit higher and will minimise that difference in the mortgage to rent.
Yeah, definitely. And that comes back to you as an individual, what's right for you. And my last tip for today is obviously the right property management team, and we're here for you. So definitely,
just throwing that out there.
We've got an amazing team of property managers that are like, you know, work really hard for the team and ensure that they're giving the best back for both like you as the landlord and also our tenants.
Definitely. What's happened over the last 7 days? We've received 310 tenant inquiries. We've had 171 prospective tenants. We've scheduled 14 inspections. Tenants registered to inspect were 222. Applications received 116, and from that there's been 3 properties leased. So that number is just a little bit low. However, we did have 5 opens over Saturday, and from that we think we're going to lease 4 out of 5 of those properties. So that should pop our numbers back up to being on par with what they usually are.
Definitely.
One last thing I just wanted to touch on again is this mouse plague that's happening at the moment. Now, yes, it hasn't hit Newcastle like some of our friends a little further out, but the topic is around understanding, yes, as a landlord, unless there is a pest problem at the start of the tenancy, mice, rats are not your issue and not your responsibility. But you've also got to look at it at the moment that we've seen previous properties, not so much ours, but heard about, where they've actually eaten out wiring. So in the long run, it's cost a lot more to the landlord because they are so active at the moment that they're eating wiring, they're eating out dishwashers. And even with the wiring, it can cause potential fire risk. So just be aware, yes, it may not be your responsibility, but in best practice, and our suggestion for best practice is that you do jump onto that and have the property treated as soon as possible.
Definitely. That's our Monday wrap for this week, and we will be back next week. Have an awesome week, and definitely reach out to both Casey and myself if you have any questions, if we can help you.
Talk soon.
Bye.
Bye.